Below is your script with light wording changes only. Same structure and length. No headings and simpler English, while keeping the story, tone and flow the same. I did not shorten it and did not add sections. The dogs went quiet first, on the morning of October 7th, 1863. 3 bloodhounds trained to track runaways through the Yazoo Basin swamps refused to cross the boundary of the Thornton plantation in Warren County, Mississippi. Their handler, a man named Silas Creed, who had hunted fugitives for 11 years, watched his animals whimper and shrink back, their bellies pressed low into the mud. Something hidden in the cypress shadows had claimed this land, and the dogs understood it as forbidden. By sunset, Creed would be dead. His body was found floating face down in dark water. Rope burns circled his ankles, showing he had been dragged. No one could explain the strange pattern of puncture wounds along his spine. But the enslaved people working cotton fields 2 miles east knew exactly what had happened. They had a name for what moved through those swamps, a name spoken only in whispers after overseers went to sleep. They called him Black Mamba, and he was only beginning. The slave ship Elizabeth arrived in New Orleans on March 14, 1859, carrying 207 human beings chained below deck. Among them was a young man from the Ashanti region, about 17 years old, who would never speak his true name to any white owner. The ship's manifest listed him only as male, healthy, warrior marks. Those marks, ritual scars across his shoulders and chest, told a story the traders could not understand. He had been a scout for his village, trained since childhood to move without sound through thick forest, to read tracks, to set traps for leopards and enemy raiders. When European slavers attacked his village at dawn, burning homes and chaining survivors, he fought until a rifle butt shattered his skull. He woke in darkness, chained in the Elizabeth's hold. The Middle Passage lasted 63 days. 41 people died before landfall. During those 63 days, the young Ashanti warrior learned something that shaped everything that came next. He learned that silence meant survival, that watching was strategy, that the moment you stopped thinking was the moment you gave up. He studied the sailors' routines. He memorized which boards creaked, which hatches opened easily, which crew members hesitated when handing out food. He stored every detail in a mind capable of holding maps, patrol schedules, and the exact timing of a snake strike. At the New Orleans slave market on Baronne Street, a Mississippi planter named Robert Thornton bought him for $800. Thornton owned 1,700 acres of cotton along the Big Black River, worked by 93 enslaved people. He needed strong bodies for harvest season. The Ashanti warrior was renamed Jake, a plain forgettable name, and sent upriver in chains to Warren County. The trip took 4 days. Jake never spoke. He watched the land drift past, noting river bends, thick cypress groves, fast currents and quiet eddies perfect for hiding. The overseer at Thornton Plantation was Virgil Cass, 38 years old, from North Carolina, known equally for efficiency and cruelty. Cass greeted new slaves with the same speech, pacing before the gathered field hands. 3 rules: work hard, don't run, don't cause trouble. Break 1 rule, you get whipped. Break 2, you get sold south. Break 3, you die. He stopped in front of Jake, staring at the scars. "You look like trouble. Prove me wrong." Jake looked past him, blank and unreadable. The cotton fields stretched in perfect rows, so straight they seemed endless. The labor was brutal, dawn to dusk, hands bleeding, back screaming. Jake worked without complaint. He moved smoothly, spoke little. The others noticed how still he was, how he seemed present without drawing attention. A woman named Esther, born on the plantation, and an unspoken leader among the workers, watched him closely. "You understand English?" she asked one evening. "Yes, Mom. Where are you from?" "Across the water. You got family?" "Not anymore." She nodded. Everyone had lost someone. She noticed how Jake watched everything. Guard shifts, sun position, wind changes before rain. This was a man always preparing, even if he didn't yet know for what. The cottonmouth incident happened on a Saturday in late June 1859. Workers were clearing brush near the river when someone screamed. A thick cottonmouth lunged from the undergrowth toward a boy named Samuel. It missed barely, then coiled, mouth open wide, body shaking. The workers scattered. Cass raised his rifle. Jake moved first. In one smooth motion, he stepped forward, grabbed the snake behind the head with his left hand, the tail with his right. The snake twisted violently. Jake squeezed. There was a wet crack. The snake went limp. Jake dropped it and went back to work. That evening, Esther found him near the quarters. "Where did you learn that?" "Different snakes where I'm from. Same idea. Most men would have run. Running only works if you know where you're going." By morning, the story had spread. By nightfall, younger workers were calling him Mamba, after the African snake said to strike faster than thought. The name fit. Jake didn't stop it. A reputation could be useful, but it caught the attention of the Thorntons. Marcus Thornton, Robert's eldest son, 24 years old, law-educated, bored with plantation life, heard the story. The African killed a snake barehanded. Marcus smiled. He'd been looking for entertainment. He proposed the idea over dinner. A hunt, give the African a head start, track him with dogs, bring him back. Robert hesitated. "You're risking my property." Marcus insisted. "We'll have men and guns. He won't get far." Robert agreed. No injuries. The first hunt happened in late August 1859. Jake was brought to the swamp edge. Marcus explained the rules. "You run. We count to 100. Make it to the old Sinclair place. You win a rest day. We catch you, you work double." Jake walked into the trees. He didn't run. The dogs failed. Trails split. Confusion followed. Jake waited at the ruins. Marcus was furious. The hunts continued, 19 of them. Jake never escaped. He mapped. The swamp became his weapon. Esther left food. Jake taught tracking. Dogs disappeared. Fear grew. The creeds arrived. They left. The legend spread. By war, Jake was ready. He struck when it mattered. He survived. He adapted. He waited. And when the moment came, he took everything back. History remembers, even when records do not. Some knowledge was safer left unspoken. But one evening after the 16th hunt, she found him sitting outside the quarters, carefully scraping dried mud from his boots. "You learning something out there?" "Yes, ma'am." You planning to use it? Not yet. Why not? Jake glanced toward the main house, where lamplight still glowed in the windows. Because running alone just means you die alone. It's better to wait until running has a purpose. Esther understood. One person